Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I thought it would be good to talk today about the physical changes and the emotional changes that everybody is going to be experiencing and going through as our Earth is also going through changes and the solar system is going through its changes. And all of this is very natural. It's a cycle, it's, cyclical what we are going through and experiencing and will be experiencing in our futures, very near futures. So I just thought I would go over this with you because a lot of people have been coming to me with anxieties and confusion and weird things going on with them. So I feel this is very important to address so that everyone understands that this is normal and not to panic about it. And the better educated, the better informed you are about what to look for and how to cope with it, the easier it's going to be for you to like write it out, right? Um, this is going to last for probably about 7 years. It won't be as intense for 7 years as it is right now. But this is a huge like quantum leap in spiritual growth for people right now. So it's causing a lot of mental confusion, emotional confusion, questioning your relationships, questioning your life purpose, your job, what things are fulfilling you and what things are not. Is going to be very pivotal for a lot of people. You're really going to be searching within for happiness. You're going to be feeling anxious. You're going to be feeling agitated. And there's going to be things inside of you that feel like you need to do something, but you don't know what you need to do. So that creates the confusion in you. Um, but it's because of the spiritual growth that you're going through that you're experiencing these things. So, first thing I want you to do is to just breathe, just pause and breathe because it is okay. It's going to be okay. All right. Now, the more solar activity that we get, the more these emotional, mental things are going to amp up, as well as physical aspects of it. We are now in our 11-year cycle of the solar maximum, which matters to the physical body, particularly in the area of our heart. We need to make sure that our heart health is good during the solar maximums because of the magnetic intensity that increases with that. And that, of course, affects our hearts, which is an electromagnetic organ. And so, make sure to take good care of your heart, be heart healthy. That's very important in any solar maximum cycle, but particularly because of our position within the solar system and within the Milky Way at this time. Our health is going to be essential and it's going to be brought to the forefront for a lot of people. For example, you may be feeling dizziness out of nowhere, and this is our magnetics that are changing. So, you could feel a dizzy spell all of the sudden and feel like somebody whacked you upside the head, you know. So just pause for a moment and take some deep breaths and recalibrate. Like literally allow your brain magnetics to recalibrate because you're going to be feeling these things. We are magnetic beings, just like the birds navigate through magnetics that are in their brain. We too have them, and they do affect us. So pause and take that breath and just allow your body to recalibrate, your brain to recalibrate. Um, you could be getting blurry eyed vision. You could be experiencing body aches or physical aches and pains within the body that you wouldn't normally feel. Um, all of these type of symptoms are going to be uh, caused from the magnetic changes in our poles and our planet and the sun and everything that's playing out and trying to balance out. And we're going to feel it in the physical body. We're going to feel it mentally. We're going to feel it emotionally. So I recommend that you take your zinc, you take your magnesiums, you take your potassiums, either through food or supplements, um, B12, vitamin C, vitamin D. All of these are going to be very essential for you to help you to transition through all of this well. And of course, check with your GP to make sure that it's safe for you to take supplements if you do it that way. Um, Also, a very great way to help balance this out within the physical body is actual earthing, which is where you put your bare feet on the ground. Go outside and put your bare feet on the ground if the weather permits for you to do that. If you're not able to do that for a few minutes a day, at least sit still and just center and ground your being. And again, if you don't know how to do that, I have lots of tips and tools on my website. There's free basic meditation courses you can take, and there's things on my blog, things on the forum that will help you with this. And then of course, on the forum, if you want to ask questions, I will get a notification on that right away and be able to help you and assist you best I can. And other people that are also on the forum would, gladly chime in and reply to you if they have something to add to it to assist you. um, I want you to spiritually prepare for what's going on right now and what's going to take place in our future. Um, you know, Christians would say it best by saying, get right with God, So if you're not right within yourself, if you're not right with God, you need to start doing that. Get your soul and your heart in alignment with your actions and your words, your deeds. That's how you get right with God, get right with yourself. And it's important to do that right now because there are judgments that are happening at this time. Soul contracts are being completed and the justice being handed out to those who need it, for better or for worse. There's lots of losses and rebirths, um, animal extinctions we're going to experience. Um, Karmic debts are being ended, um, slates being wiped clean, starting to take chances on new things, new endeavors that we never dared to try to do before. Having this real drive or this passion or mission within us to try something new, to try something different, because we're all wanting to feel fulfilled at this moment. Um, we're feeling the agitation of not really living our full life, our true life, our life purpose, things that we're passionate about, things that bring us joy. So we're going to be feeling the anxieties of that and wanting to figure out, how do we navigate through this and find our true north? How do we find our true path? Because again, this is about magnetics. This is about alignment. This is about attaining to your true self, your right self. So it's going to be a time of truly taking control of your life. But in the beginnings of that, you're going to feel the confusion and the anxiety and the aggressive or aggravation of it, right? The irritations, um, rather than the joys and the fulfillment, because you have to find your way, right? So, and you're not going to change. Nobody changes. Nothing changes without something forcing it. And that drive within you is going to be what's forcing these changes. Excuse me. Also, we need to prepare ourselves emotionally for there's going to be some losses. There are going to be people that don't want to know anything about you and how you're feeling and changing. There's going to be people that don't want to know about the changes that are happening upon the planet or within our solar system. Um, and there's going to be people that physically cannot handle the changes, or spiritually or emotionally cannot handle these changes. And so we need to ready ourselves for these type of losses that we may experience with our loved ones. Um, it's not all going to be horrible, and it's not all going to be peaches and cream. That's the way life is. There are ups and downs. There are pros and cons of everything. So you need to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for the bad and the good that is to come from these changes, because we can't control those things. It's each individual's own level of willpower strength that will either surrender to it or strive and fight through these changes to get to the other side of it. And when I say strive to fight through it, I don't mean that it's going to be all hard. It's just hard right now. It's just going to be difficult right now because of the confusions. And again, that's all because of the magnetics. So, um, again, keep your body in good health. Um, take your supplements if you need to, if you don't eat good, healthy foods, whole foods. Be sure to drink plenty of water, preferably water straight from the ground, from the well or the spring. And if you're not able to do that, then um, pray over your water. Be grateful for it. Send love to it before you drink it, because that will help to purify it. I know that that sounds crazy to some people, but that's actually a scientifically proven thing that they even have. It's called the, uh, what is that scale called? I have that scale here somewhere. It's not a bovine scale. I can't think of the name of it. The Bovis scale. I'll find that chart and show it to you later. But anyway, we have a way to measure that with pendulums that are used for dowsing, right? Like if you douse for water or douse for electricity in the ground, the pendulums are also used the same way, not like for um, the new age type pendulum use. Uh, it's a old practice of using the pendulum to gauge and measure things. Um, and you can actually gauge and measure your water quality, your food quality, and such before and after praying for it and being thankful for it and being grateful. And there's a huge difference in the amount of energy that's now in the food or the water. It's a very real thing. We are a very powerful being. Um, we just don't know it. And I'm really looking forward to all of you learning that, because we have a lot of really beautiful, exciting things ahead of us with this growth that we're going through now. But there are growing pangs, right? Birthing pains that people will experience, and you just have to breathe through it, right? Just like Lama's class for the pregnant woman who's about to give birth, you learn how to breathe through it, because the breath truly does settle and center you to where you can go with the flow instead of against it. And then your transition is much easier. Um, but I felt like it was very necessary to address these physical changes, like the dizziness and the nauseousness, um, the aches and pains in the body, the blurred vision, sleeping more, um, lack of wanting to eat. You may find yourself having a great lack of appetite during this time. And this is all because of these magnetics recalibrating within the body as they're recalibrating within the planet and in the solar system with our sun and all. Because we are all connected. And that's not woohoo new age bullshit. That's science. That's fact. We are all connected, and God intended us to be connected. He made us that way on purpose. Um, so anyone who believes in a creator and intelligent design, you shouldn't have a hard time wrapping your mind around the fact that we're all connected in this electromagnetic way. And it's really a quite beautiful symbiotic relationship if you know how to be in tune with nature and in tune with yourself and in tune with your spirit. So definitely get right within yourself and get right with your God and get right with your planet, because your planet sustains you, but you also sustain your planet. And it's very important for us to be grounded and centered in this time of transition so that we can not only um, survive this successfully ourselves, but help each other and help the planet to evolve through this gently and as nicely as possible, with as little exfoliation as needed, if you will. Um, so, yeah, just try to stay grounded and centered and breathe through it when you're experiencing these things. And um, if you need help with your relationships or your clarity for your confusions, I'm glad to help anyone on a personal level, through the forum, on a public level. You can go read the blogs, as I've said. I have plenty of video sessions from the past 3 years that you could go back through and access them. They're all free. Um, but in whatever way you need help, if you do need help through me or someone, please reach out. Don't try to do this on your own if you're feeling that confused, because this is going to be a very trying time for a lot of people on the emotional and spiritual or mental levels of it. And it's really all about your soul growth. So remind yourself of that when you are feeling the anxieties and the confusions. Remind yourself that this is important, this is purposeful, this is not something that's happening on accident, it's not happening to just you, you're not going crazy. Um, this is something very natural that we are all experiencing, even myself. We are all experiencing this on some level or another, and sometimes it could be easier than other times. You know, it just depends on where you're at in the flow of all of it, right? So be patient with yourself, be patient with others. Um, Try to be from your heart space and love as much as you can, because there are going to be a lot of irritation and aggravation type emotions welling up in you. And this is necessary in order for you to purge those feelings and get rid of them and let them go so that you can move forward to things that truly are for your highest joy and good. You can't bring that baggage with you. You have to be able to set it down somewhere. So until you deal with it and set it down, it's going to well up inside of you from time to time. Okay. So be aware of that. And yeah, I'm here if you need me. Okay. And we're all going to get through this together. So just breathe and get ready for a really exciting year ahead of us, particularly this next month through March to April is going to be a very interesting and likely very fast paced month for us. Lots of events and lots of things within us that are going to be looked at and needed to be dealt with appropriately, so that we can move on to our highest good and our highest joy. Um, so just prepare yourself mentally, you know, and be ready for it. And again, I'm here for you if you need me. Okay, so with that being said, as always, be well and be blessed in love and light. Till next time, guys.